Alright, what is up guys, it is Storm back here with another video, and in this one I am bringing you part 8 to Mightless, a My Hero Academia story by the Mysterious Banana. Now, if you want to read the story for yourself, the link to it will be down in the description below. But in the last part, I got some weird vibes from it, and if this story turns into something or anything like damaged Naruto story, then I'm not continuing it because I ain't about that shit. But if you are, you do you. But if you like the content you're seeing, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I mean, they're all free, so why not? If you want some dope channel merch, the link that'll be down in the description below. And if you want to see more of me, go check out my other channels and go follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which will all be linked down below. But without further ado, why don't we just dive right on in. Back home, Izuku started to fiddle around with the nearby objects, trying to figure out what kind of quirk All For One had given him. A nightmare-inducing quirk maybe? Or maybe a wind manipulation quirk. He was pretty annoyed by the fact that All For One wouldn't tell him what quirk he was given. It really didn't matter though. He knew he must have had one, as he didn't feel any dishonesty coming from the man. All he knew was that he was tired after all that partying, and needed to sleep. I'll find out at school tomorrow. School's gonna start then anyways, Izuku said to himself as he flopped onto his bed like a ragdoll. Meanwhile, with Akatsuki, he was back home lifting weights in the basement, where lied-down, broken sandbags with Izuku's face taped onto them were scattered about. "Damn you, Deku," Akatsuki muttered as he threw the 50-kilo weights against the wall, making a loud clanking noise that rewarded him with a screaming warning from his mother upstairs. He just couldn't process what had just happened yesterday. Why would Deku, out of anyone, kiss him out of all things? Side note, in the last part, Toga was disguised as Deku and she did it to fuck with him. But it's still kinda weird, but anyways, back to the story. Was it his way to take revenge, so if he got a girlfriend, she wouldn't be his first kiss? He knew Izuku. He was weak, cowardly, frail, and yet, that time they met at his house, his cowardly personality seemed a little forced. Was it because he knew that he was safe because his mom was with him? Katsuki then turned red with rage. Why am I wasting so much time thinking about Deku? He's stupid. I can't believe he invaded my thoughts just like that, Katsuki yelled. Then it hit him. Wait a minute, Katsuki thought. This must be his way to get revenge on me, that sly motherfucker, Katsuki yelled. Katsuki then turned to one of his sandbags, which had a picture of Izuku's face taped on it. Just you wait, Deku. I'll crush you for this tomorrow, Katsuki said. It was the last few months of school before the entrance exams at Yuuei. Izuku knew that he needed this time to master his quirk, whatever it is, so that he might even stand a chance against whatever the exams bring to the table. As the first period rolled around, Izuku took his usual seat at the back of the class. As the usual students flooded in, he noticed something off. At this time, Katsuki would usually barge into class yelling, "What up bitches, your king has returned," or something along those lines. But glancing at him, he calmly walked to his seat near the front of the class and quietly sat down. Even some of the nearby students were confused by this sudden change. As the days moved on, Izuku started noticing that Katsuki was mostly glaring just at him. No threats, no physical harm, no nothing. Frankly, it started to freak him out. Is he mad at me? Is it Toga kissing him? I bet it was that, Izuku thought. Towards the end of the day, Izuku had just experienced something he never thought he'd see in the past. He went through an entire day of school without getting physically assaulted by Katsuki and his gang. As happy as he was, it was also pretty concerning. Walking home, however, he noticed that Katsuki was following him. Now that was real creepy. Having had enough, he turned around in a dramatic fashion and yelled out while pointing his finger at the wall he noticed Katsuki was hiding behind. Kachan, I know you're there. Show yourself, Izuku called out. Katsuki, as expected, came out of cover and walked up to him in an intimidating way, the more familiar way. Alright, what's your game, Kachan? Why are you doing this? Izuku asked. Katsuki just ignored his question, grabbing him by the collar. Katsuki lifted him up in the air. What's wrong with me? I was about to ask you the same question, Katsuki yelled. What? Explain yourself. You stayed cowardly for all your life, and you even tucked your tail and cried like a little bitch only a week ago. So where is this sudden boost of confidence coming from? Katsuki asked. Izuku started sweating and breathing heavily. I thought you had changed somehow, so I took this day to observe you, and you haven't changed a bit. So I came to the conclusion that you were taking advantage of the presence of my mom to get into my head. Am I right? Katsuki asked. Izuku, with no real answer, just nodded nervously. Katsuki, getting the message, just took a sadistic smile. Well, Guess that proves to you that I have the brains to back up my brawn, Katsuki said. I never told you you were a meathead, Izuku explained. Katsuki didn't take that well. Are you contradicting me? Katsuki asked, raising his right hand to punch him. Izuku, bracing for impact, held his breath. Time was passing, however, but Izuku never felt the impact. 10 seconds, still nothing. Izuku wondered what was going on. Did Katsuki spare him? It can't be. He was still holding him in the air. Opening his eyes, he suddenly noticed. It was as if time itself was in slow motion. Unable to hold his breath any longer, he exhaled, and Katsuki's fist met his face. As Izuku tumbled to the ground, the realization of his quirk made him laugh. Hey, what you laughing at, Deku? Katsuki yelled, kicking him in the stomach. Izuku clutched his belly in pain as Katsuki repeatedly beat down on him, but Izuku didn't mind the pain, and simply laughed it off as Katsuki was pounding him. Getting frustrated, Katsuki grabbed him by the neck. What's so funny? Katsuki yelled. I can't believe you, Izuku uttered in laughter, trying to think of a different reason to hide his quirk. To just imagine you and Yuuei. You as a hero. You. How would you deal with hostage situations? Just too funny. Katsuki grinned. Oh well, it's not like he'll ever make it past the test, Katsuki laughed. Izuku looked at him with rebellious eyes. Want to bet? Izuku asked. Katsuki simply shrugged it off and knocked him out cold. Izuku woke up back home. Looking around, he saw that this was in fact his room. He felt something warm resting on his chest and looked up. He was shocked to see Toga asleep on his bed, resting her head on his chest. Izuku? Izuku heard his mother whispering. Mom, what happened? Izuku asked. I'm so proud of you, sweetie, Inko said with a thumbs up. What? Izuku asked in confusion. You never told me you had a girlfriend, Inko said, sparkling with pride. What? Izuku shot upward. Ah, Izuku, you're awake, Toga said with a worried face, hugging him. I was so worried. She said you got run over by a car trying to save her, Inko said. I'm so proud of you, sweetie. You really are becoming a hero, Inko said before leaving the room. After Inko left, only Toga and Izuku remained. The two locked eyes with each other as Toga's gleeful grin returned. Did you like my acting, Izuku? Toga asked. Alright, Toga, what are you doing here? Izuku asked. You got your ass handed to you by Katsuki. I just couldn't let you die, Toga said. Well, that's wonderful. Now get out. I have some training to do, Izuku said. Actually, HQ has sent you another mission, Toga said, handing him a letter. Izuku opened and read the letter's contents. Retrieve the blood of pro heroes. Huh, Izuku said. Yeah, in order to create different quirks for our Nomus, we need blood containing the DNA of other quirk users in order to replicate them, Toga explained. And they want me to do it? Izuku asked. They want us to do it, Toga explained. Izuku smiled. I still have a few months before the entrance exams to Yuuei, where I'll be surrounded by pro heroes to analyze, betray, kidnap, and even kill. Taking pro heroes head on would be the test training method, Izuku said to himself before turning to Toga. Toga, contact the League. Tell them I want to receive missions daily, Izuku said. Toga shot up with surprise. Are you sure? Wouldn't that be dangerous? Toga asked. Please, I adopted danger the day I became a villain. Now, it's time to challenge my limit, Izuku said. But I'll need a mentor on the way, an experienced killer. Someone that I can trust. Oh my god, Toga blushed, realizing where he was going with this. Toga, here it comes. Will you be my partner in crime for the following months? Izuku asked. Toga's face went full red. She was shaking with excitement, hands covering her blood-red face. Of course, Izuku. Toga leapt into Izuku's arms and kissed him. Izuku didn't protest. He just sunk with her. We'll make a magnificent team, Toga said. 愛してる